It was the middle of October when I got transferred to the night shift at the small security firm I worked for in Cincinnati, Ohio. I had been doing daytime patrols for about 3 years, but after my manager, Joe Carver, went on leave, they needed someone they could trust to cover the overnight rotation at the Southern Office Complex near Oak Ridge Industrial Park. I didn't mind. It paid more, and I figured the night hours would be peaceful. The building I was stationed at was a mid-sized corporate headquarters, 5 floors, a lot of glass, marble tile, and modern office space. During the day, it was filled with staff moving in and out, meetings, and phone calls. At night, dead quiet. Just me, my flashlight, and a few flickering security monitors. I always started my shift at 10 p.m. sharp. The first few nights went by uneventfully. I'd check every hallway, stairwell, restroom, and office. The only noise was the gentle hum of the ventilation system and the occasional click of the automatic lights turning on when I walked by. I grew used to the rhythm quickly. Every now and then, I'd listen to podcasts to pass the time. Horror stories, ironically. I never thought I'd live through one myself. It all started on a Thursday night. It was 2:11 a.m., and I was sitting in the security room on the second floor, sipping lukewarm coffee and checking the live camera feeds. That's when my phone buzzed. "Unknown caller," the screen read. I hesitated. Calls during my shift were rare. I picked it up, expecting maybe a wrong number or a check-in from dispatch. "Hello." There was silence. Then, a faint crackling. And then a woman's voice. "I need help," she said quietly. "Ma'am, who is this? What's your location?" "I'm inside," she whispered. My spine tingled. I immediately straightened up in my chair, eyes darting to the monitors. All I saw was empty hallways. "You're inside the building?" I asked. "Yes, she's coming." "Who is?" "Ma'am, what's your name?" Silence again. Just that same crackling static, like she was standing somewhere with poor reception. Then the line went dead. I stared at the phone for a few seconds, my hand gripping it so tightly it shook. I stood up and looked back at the monitors again. Still nothing. No movement. No open doors. I checked the time again. 2:14 a.m. I figured maybe it was a prank. I'd heard stories of teens calling security offices for fun. But something about the fear in her voice, it didn't sound fake. I decided to do a sweep. I grabbed my flashlight and started with the first floor, checking every office and hallway. All doors were locked. The lobby was still. The motion sensor lights stayed off until I walked beneath them. I took the stairs slowly, checking the 3rd and 4th floors, nothing. But the 5th floor, where the executive offices were, was different. As I reached the top of the stairs, I noticed a cold draft. The temperature dropped noticeably. I turned the corner and saw the main hallway. One of the lights at the far end was flickering rapidly. I walked slowly, my boots echoing against the tile. As I passed the large windows, I noticed a single office door slightly ajar. The nameplate on the door read, "Jennifer Dalton, VP Finance." I knew for a fact that door was locked earlier. I double-checked all executive offices at the start of my shift. I stepped inside. The office was dark, except for the streetlight shining through the window. Papers were scattered across the desk, and a chair had been knocked over. I felt a chill creep down my back again. Then I saw it, on the far corner of the office, the window was open. That window didn't open from the outside. My heart pounded in my chest. I turned to leave when I heard a soft creak behind me. Spinning around, I raised my flashlight, scanning the room. Nothing. I must have stood there for a full minute, frozen. Eventually, I forced myself to walk out and head back to the security room. I checked the call logs on the office phone system. No record of any incoming calls. My personal phone also showed no number, just unknown caller. That's when I checked the surveillance footage again. The hallway camera outside Jennifer Dalton's office showed something. At 2:09 a.m., a figure standing outside the door. A woman, maybe mid-30s, long black hair, wearing a hospital gown. She was standing completely still for about 45 seconds, and then suddenly, she tilted her head sharply to the left and vanished from the frame, as if she ducked or crawled out of view. I replayed it again and again. That was the exact moment I got the call. I felt panic rise in my chest. I hit the building lockdown sequence on the console, locking all exterior doors, and phoned the police. When the officer, a man named Deputy Craig Harper, arrived around 3:01 a.m., I briefed him. He and his partner did a full walkthrough with me. Nothing. No one in the building. But I showed them the footage. They didn't say much, just noted it and left me with a report number. I expected that to be the end of it. But the next night, at exactly 2:11 a.m., I got the call again. Same crackling. Same voice. "She's here." Then a scream, short, sharp, and silence. I slammed the phone down and checked the monitors. Again, nothing moved. But this time, I noticed something. On camera 5B, south stairwell, there was a figure, hunched over, near the emergency door. She wasn't facing the camera, just standing there, trembling. I bolted to the stairwell, but by the time I arrived, no one was there. That door, though, the emergency exit, it had scratches. Deep ones, like someone had tried to claw it open from the inside. I was officially terrified. I asked my boss to switch me back to the day shift. He denied it. Probably just a prank, he said. Or a glitch in the system. But then, I dug into the building's history. 10 years ago, a woman named Elaine Meyer had worked as a temp in the finance department. Her personnel file said she suffered a mental breakdown on the job. She was later found deceased inside the building, 5th floor, in the restroom just across from Jennifer Dalton's office. They said she had been locked inside overnight after everyone left. The security system failed that night due to a power outage. She was never found until 2 days later. Her file picture? A woman. Long black hair. Pale skin. Same face I saw in that footage. I didn't want to return, but curiosity got the best of me. I set up my own recorder the next night, an audio mic connected to my laptop. At 2:10 a.m., I hit record and waited. No call came in. But when I reviewed the audio, there was a voice whispering, faint, nearly inaudible, "She never left." I took the recording straight to the local station. The officer on duty didn't even listen to the whole thing before saying, "We've had a few complaints over the years from other guards in that building. Same floor. Same time. Same voice. So why wasn't anything done?" Because no one ever had proof that something physical had occurred. The next night, I got a final call. This time, the voice was different. A low, hoarse rasp. "You saw her. Now she sees you." Then the line went dead. That night, the power cut out completely at 2:13 a.m. I was left alone in pitch-black silence. When the lights came back on 5 minutes later, the words, "Get out," were scratched into my monitor. I resigned the next day. Now I work mornings at a logistics center in the suburbs. I avoid tall office buildings. I sleep at night again. But I keep that phone. The one that rang during my shift. Because sometimes, at exactly 2:11 a.m.,